like the iconography a lot.
I especially like the this one. It's so cute. I
Yeah.
love these, and it looks so cute as little like geometric shaped flowers. Like it looks like a flower, but you can see the sharp edges. Um, and I like that about it.
But the
So I don't know what of all this artwork they're gonna keep.
right, the board is still kind of abstract looking a little bit. I mean, it's functional, it makes sense. But I would love to see this with like some really beautiful artwork everywhere.
Yeah.
I think
I don't
that
think
this
they need
could
to
be
do much to change like the bees or the flowers
yeah,
per
the
se.
flowers are
If
great.
they added maybe even just like a little bit of texture to this green behind here for the grass, I think that would add something extra. But I don't think they really need to change so much any of the shapes for what they have here. Just the just like what he was saying, just the background would be a nice added touch. And there are interesting little facts here on the car. Like for instance, I chose the babysitter, and where it's gained 10 victory points if you control the most larvae at the end of the game. On the bottom here, they just have like a little side note. They're like, a single queen bee is capable of laying up to 2,000 eggs within a single day. Bee eggs hatch about 3 days, and in about 3 days, and the bee larvae mature in 16 to 24 days, depending on their role in the hive. So just little facts there. They want to just kind of stay true to that interest in bees.
I will say the first time that we played this, and I think it's the learning curve. The learning curve kind of got me a little bit, and I was not really sure how I felt about it. But playing it, understanding the game, not having to look at the rules quite a bit. There are a couple of rules that I think are still a little bit confusing, but um, I really enjoyed it this time. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Technically, we could have ended this game a lot earlier.
I really like
because
games.
it's really early whenever you get the ability to come in here, and you could just jump in there.
I like games that you get to determine the end of the game.
Yeah.
Where you decide if it ends early or later, based on the choices that you make. So having just like having multiple paths to victory, having multiple paths to ending the game is great because it offers more strategy and just having that level of control.
The other advantage to multiple paths of victory, especially like with something like this, is if you feel like a certain path that you wanted to take isn't working out for you, then
There's
you have
another
that
path.
You have that option to
invent
change.
another path.
Yeah, change the direction that you're going. And if you get behind, it's not just you controlling what path you're going to end the game with, but it's also you watching. Well, I mean, if somebody else is going for all of the flowers, then maybe you want to choose some other way to do things. Something that someone else is neglecting.
Or
may
just
be
start
the best way
capturing
for
that
you to
person
go.
because they're messing up
or
your way of doing things.
Or you jumping into the middle real quick while I'm still focused on trying to get.
While you're spread out.
Yeah, I'm trying to get all of these. I got a lot of people out on the edge.
Especially
like,
if you position yourself in such a way that you could run into the middle, but you're not there yet, so people don't realize it. And so you get yourself positioned around it, and then all of a sudden you start moving in, and people are like, oh, wait, what's going on?
Yeah. What's nice is that it is an easier to understand game than most 4Xs are. It plays very well with 2 players, which I don't feel most 4Xs do.
And I could see this game. Well, I think this game would play really well with more people.
Yeah, well,
I can see this being a game you take to the game group.
Yeah, the only thing I have with that potentially is downtime, because downtime can get really.
Well, it can when you're maximizing on your free movements.
And it's like in the early mid game. In the end game, downtime was really low because there's fewer free movements to do, and I think there's more of a flow of.
I just don't know of many 4X games that don't have downtime though.
Yeah,
that's pretty much just how 4X games are.
I think compared to a lot of 4X games. The downtime is not high compared to your average 4X game, and may actually be even low compared to that. So because I know whenever we play 6-player 4X games, usually this is like an all-day event, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that this one would take all day with 6 players. I think it would. We've probably been playing for a little over an hour with 6
I think
players.
6 players, what, like 2 hours? Because even though they're going to take longer on their turns, they're going to use up the resources quicker. So
Yeah.
I think,
that's
I
true.
think
So
it
you'll
would
get
be,
fewer
it
turns.
might even be an hour and a half. It might still even be like an hour and a half long game. You're just not going to make as many moves by yourself.
This game has a good appeal to it. I think it has a good, more mass appeal to it. It could potentially, as because this is the kind of game that I would feel comfortable pulling out to play with. 4X games are overwhelming. They're intimidating. They're not the game that you pull out with a group of friends that aren't hardcore gamers, and this is the kind of game that I think that you could.
I would say that the theme could appeal to a gateway gamer, but it's not really a gateway game. It's more of a medium game.
Yeah.
Do you disagree? You could probably introduce a gateway gamer to it who was more willing to learn something new, and it might be okay.
Yeah. I'd say it's not quite light. It's still there's a lot. There's still a lot of actions. And there was a little confusion.
I feel like it could satisfy someone who enjoys heavy games as well. So I would say medium to heavy.
But as a gateway into 4X, then
it's a great gateway into 4X games, and I think our game group would like it a lot because they do a lot of 4X games, and this would be right up the alley of anyone who likes 4X games specifically, like it's their favorite kind of game or they just really like them in general. Then I would say get this game if you like 4X games.
Yeah, and especially since if you like 4X games, but you really want something that can satisfy that without taking you all day or without you having to have 6 players to be able to enjoy it.
It's not Twilight Imperium.
Yeah.
It's a 2-hour or less game.
They are on Facebook. There's for Blue Fairy Games has a page, I think, and then New Beginnings has a page, and they are supporting the Honeybee Conservancy.
Yeah.
I'll have links below for whatever I have access to for the Board Game Geek page, the Facebook things. I think there might be a website, and when the Kickstarter comes online, then I'll add links for that one. Feel free to comment below. Let us know what you think of the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See y'all next time.
See ya. I would say for a game like this, if you know how to play it, I wouldn't be afraid to introduce this game to my 9-year-old daughter as well. I wouldn't say that this game is specifically marketed to kids, but I wouldn't say that you couldn't play with your kids.